Hey guys, welcome back. So I basically decided to make the third video now itself because it's very closely related to the second topic. Um, so I thought that I'll just make it right now, so then I can think of a fresh topic for the next recording session. What we are gonna be looking at is what happened to the pen. Yeah. Social media. So we're gonna look at social media, just because it's start of my new channel, and I just wanted to get this topic first, so that it kind of ties nicely into it, because I'm starting off this my entry into social media, and I simultaneously want to share my thoughts about it, about what's the nature of social media and how you can understand it, and how you can make use of this, a clearer understanding of the social media thing. um, so last class we looked at media basically, and we saw that media is a way of communicating ideas, communicating emotions, communicating an image, creating an image in the viewer's minds, and so on. So the traditional media, you can say, like books, movies, TV shows, radio, like could be audio or visual, or maybe something interactive. You get the idea, basically. So uh, so that's the traditional media which had been existing before the internet. Like we had books, movies, which were distributed to people, and people would consume this media, and so on. With the internet kind of was like a catalyst that made everything ultra fast and instant. So computers were already getting fast and able to do things instantly, and we added internet to it, where now computers could communicate with each other instantly, and that gave rise to the possibility of our social media, because everyone had. So the thing about social media is, so it's like a media, but it's backwards. Like it's a media with a social element to it. It's not a tool for social life. It's actually a media tool, which has social elements to it. And we'll try to understand what do I mean by that. Why I'm saying that it's one way to the other, not the other way around. Um, so we have traditional media where we had some stories, some emotions, some concepts, some lectures, and it was kind of a one-dimensional thing where the creator or the producers would dictate what to be shown, what to be seen. And the reason they would do that is money. So for money, what happened? So it's like it turned into a business, right? Because of the nature of our society and how money is running the work culture everywhere. That's how we our society is structured, and so for the work of regarding to the medium, we had to use money, and so because of money, you had to be now efficient. you had to be efficient so that your time isn't wasted, your efforts aren't wasted, and you had to organize these things, apply and all. You it was basically a big, it grew into a bigger and bigger structure, like maybe the first guy to write a book was like, give it to five of his people, using a photocopier or something, and then he realized, okay, there's more demand for it. Let me find a publisher and distribute it basically. And so it kind of grew, like it expanded into a business, which is fine. There's nothing problem with it for now. So media, it naturally has a business element to it, as we can see, because as it grew, there was no other choice, but it was inevitable, basically, guys. So that's the main progression of media. Like movies had to be curated, they had to be more specifically created so that they can be successful, so that the people working in the movies get to eat something, earn out of it. And you can imagine the rest, the rest of the progression. There are obviously some movies which are made for artistic reasons, just to convey that idea. Like they may not be looking for money, but it's just for the sake of an idea. There are always some people who do that. So there's that thing. mm, but you can imagine how this concept of communication and mass communication and media has a business element to it. So hope you guys have understood that part. So this is what we call like traditional, what I call traditional media. Traditional media. Like traditional media is curated, and we have creator and consumers, and so on and so forth. What happened with the social media was, social media was earlier, it would be like the actors would act, the directors would plan the scenes, the cameraman would record, and they would make a movie, and they would distribute it to the theaters, and you would go and watch. Okay, so there was a flow thing, like a flow chart basically, not a flow thing. And so traditional media had a bit of a flow to it, where at one end you had a creator, and at other end there were consumers, and obviously the creators also like saw movies, and also that's obvious. But the point is, there was a hierarchical thing. What happens in the social media thing is, so what we did for social media is, anyone can create and post and view. So it's like an open ground. Okay, like earlier there used to be a stage where performers would perform, but now it's like there's a huge ground, and anyone can see anywhere, anyone can see anything, and anyone can show anything, anyone can view anything or create anything. And it kind of evened up. And what happened was, and the reason why we did went to this anyone model was for social aspect of it, so that your friends can see what you're doing. So let's say I create a photo or I create a video, and I would want my friends to see it, right? So what I would do is, I would go on social media, I will post it, I will create it, then I'll post it, and then I'll send it to view. And so for view, I'm gonna send it to friends, which is like the social part of it, basically. So it's like we are sending it to normal people, we are sending it to normal consumers, friends directly, like like we're skipping the middle parts, you can say. And this opens up new possibilities where anyone can be famous anytime. All you had to do was get viral, and if you are getting viral by the algorithm, everyone knows who you are or what you have done. So that's the thing about it. And so it kind of evened out the process, and it kind of interconnected everyone, you can say. um, but the point I'm trying to make is, we say the word social media, but it's kind of a deceiving word, because we think that we have a social life, let's say. Like, I have my friends, I have my circle, I have people I know, I spend time with. So I have a social life, and what I'm doing is I am adding media to it. So that's the kind of, like, I'm adding media, as in I'm adding ability to say things, words, pictures, and all. So we are adding an ability for for more communication, or to show something, or to display something in a way. So that's what we think, like social media, like, so we have instant messaging, you can say. So instant messaging is like directly one-to-one communication, and then we have the public public platforms like YouTube, or any Instagram, or anything. So where we can publicly post it and anyone can see over the internet. Okay. So we kind of like infused to our social life. We kind of added it to the social life. That's what we kind of imagine or think. And which was true initially. I would say, like, initially in the early days of the internet, this was kind of correct. Uh, but now it's kind of changed into a media thing and less of a social thing. So now it's kind of changed. So similar to earlier, where initially where we had these books and forms for the sake of conveying the idea, and then slowly we had the business and the money involved into it, and eventually, so that's the not natural progression that money and business get involved, but it certainly had an effect, you can say. Similarly, so for internet and social media, mm, we had the problem of money and advertising enter it, and so it kind of get messy, where we don't know what part is social and what part is media. They're kind of we have kind of a very mixed structure where we are using media as a way to socialize, but like public media, I mean, like a public platform, uh, as a medium to socialize. And I think that has kind of shifted the way we socialize with people. And so I'm not saying it's a good thing or a bad thing, I'm just saying that it has made these changes because we have kind of gotten confused over uh, like what part's the social part, what part's the media part, and things have gotten blurry over the years. And this is something to just keep in mind, because I think personally is that we are more in a media age. I think the social aspects of social media have kind of got died down, eventually, because it's kind of like you feel miserable about your friends that they are doing very good. It doesn't help your social life. Let's just put it that way. It doesn't help your social life in an in a net positive way, you can say. There's always some give and take, and there's always like you're not exactly feeling the best from it. Like as much as like hanging out with someone in person, that may suck as well, but but it's not like it's not as confusing or blurry as social media. So yeah, so that's the thing, like today's world we have to start seeing social media. The point of my video is that we need to what I'm suggesting is we need to start seeing social media as more of a media, as a media platform, because it's like we kind of opened up the platform, and now we are using that open platform to promote celebrities and promote we basically do the same thing which they did there. It's like instead of showing an ad on a TV channel, they're showing ad to you directly on the platform there. Or not just ads, but anything. Like everything is curated nowadays. Everything is there's like social media full on teams trying to make the best images, make the best posts, what to post next, so that the viewers keep on engaged and so on and so forth. So it's like the game has turned more towards the media side, like mass media side basically, which traditionally existed. So effectively we have come back to there. And and the problem is that it's confusing for the end users, like normal users, me and you. Me is in like not the me which is making video right now, but like me which is scrolling on Instagram, there or just so so it's confusing for people like us to differentiate what's going on, because we are there casually, but at the same time we are getting things bombarded to us from these celebrities or viral posts or viral trends, and these are all curated. If you observe that there's a recipe on how to make videos viral, you can like study the examples, and there's a clear pattern on how to make things viral and how to get things successful. um, and yeah, and basically what I want to say is that yeah, social media is like that, and we should be a little bit mindful of it because it's a media. Okay guys, don't rely on it for your social life. That is what I would suggest, because things have shifted, silently shifted into one direction. um, and another reason which I took this topic of media was that I wanted to convey my reasons for getting into it. Like why it is like wouldn't that be hypocritical? And it's fine to be hypocritical. I don't have problems with that, but because it's day one, I just wanted to add it as a nice touch. I like to connect the dots. So it's like so as I said in my last video, that I kind of just started this channel mainly to convey the ideas. I'm not looking to get viral and all. Maybe I do, maybe I don't. I don't really care that much. My focus is going to be on the concepts and what I'm trying to say and improving my communication. And so that's what I'm gonna play by. And so yeah, so another important thing why I made this video. This is apart from the theory part. I'm just going on a tangent. Why this video? And it's like for many years. So it's like for many years I had things in my mind. I had concepts. I used to talk to my friends about some things. Like oh this. I used to yap a lot, and and what happened was I wanted to make videos like this, but I didn't know why should I make the videos. because I knew that these videos are not what's the recipe for getting viral. Basically, this is not like a recipe for a successful career in social media. And so I was in confusion on why should I make these videos, or whether or not it will even be helpful for anyone, or would it be helpful for me to say such things and all. And after many years, after watching Professor Jiang, basically, I kind of had this clarity where I realized that I can just casually speak out ideas. I don't need well, I don't need a very focused on theory where I need to focus too much on whether or not my viewers would understand or not. I don't need to focus on the receiving end. I don't need to focus on the whether or not these videos would get famous or work well or not. I realized that we can just focus on me. Like we can as in I can just focus on me talking in a good way, and I can just focus on my communication and focus on bringing original ideas and bringing some stuff whichever I can. So I can just focus on that, and that's something I had been naturally doing all this time. So this kind of tied together very nice, I would say. So that's the reason why I got into social media, because I kind of got clarity on how to see social media and how to be my kind of a creator on it, basically. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed this video as well. I'm surprised these videos have been consistently getting to the 20-minute mark. It's not intended, really. I'm like surprised every time I'm looking at the stop recording button. It's always in near that same mark. It's kind of a good thing, I would say. I'm being consistent in my lecture durations. But yeah, hope you guys have a good time. I'll go have some dinner and all. Bye bye.